dan Perindustrian Ethiopia beserta jajaran staf. Yang kami hormati perwakilan dari OPD terkait, dari Biro Otonomi Daerah dan Kerjasama, BPM PTSP Provinsi Jawa Tengah. Yang kami hormati Wakil Ketua Umum Kerjasama Ekonomi Internasional Kadin Jawa Tengah, Bapak Stefano Surya Atmaja. Yang kami hormati Ketua Ginti Jawa Tengah terwakili. Yang kami hormati para eksportir dan importir dari Jateng atau Jawa Tengah dan Ethiopia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah, we cannot listen.
Sound sistemnya itu Pak, ada yang nggak beres, sound sistemnya dibetulin dulu.
Check. Am I audible? Check. Am I audible? Okay, so now we're going to restart again, right?
Masih belum jelas Pak.
Sorry Pak.
Kita nggak bisa dengar semua di sini.
Oh, it cannot hear clearly. Okay, check. Pak Bim?
We cannot listen. I cannot listen.
Yes, give me time for a while, sir. So we fix out what have the audio.
Wait a minute, yeah. Sorry for sorry for this this very this trouble actually. Noise ya, oke.
Dari mic-nya itu, mikrofonnya.
Ada mic yang lain nggak?
Ya pakai itu Bang.
Ya, iya. Kalau pakai ini,
Saya pakai headset coba ya. Saya bawa headset.
pakai ini.
Coba ya.
Check. Am I audible? Yes. Sorry, am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear my voice, right?
Yeah, now we can hear.
Okay, clearly or not? Okay, so now we moving back to the first beginning agenda. So, first of all, I'm sorry for this obstacle. Actually, I think this is very normal because actually this is online, so that's why that we must fix it out. So now we're going to start from the beginning. I'm sorry from this trouble. Well, so now I must have open again regarding.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon from Semarang and good morning to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The Honorable Head of the Industry and Trade Department Office of the Central Java, Mr. Arif Sambodo, SMSE, and in this occasion is presented by the Mr. Piko Pagono MM. The Honorable the Ambassador of the Ethiopia from Indonesia, Her Excellencies, Professor Dr. Atmazu Sejaye Adidu, the Honorable Head of Chamber of Commerce,
The Honorable Head of the Cooperation and Regional presenter, interpreter, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome we bid to all of the participants. I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for your presence and this memorable occasion. It is indeed a pleasure to have you all today. In other side, it is big hope that you are still in good condition, even though in this unprecedented time and pandemic. May you stay safe and stay healthy in your homes. Well, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Pulung Widi Harihananto, and I'm from Free Trade Agreement Center, or FTA Center Semarang. And in this session, it is an honor and a personal privilege to be your moderator today, to conduct and to moderate the agenda of the business matching between Central Java province and also from the prospective company from Ethiopia. First of all, let's praise our God. Thanks to the Almighty God, because for His blessing. Therefore, today we could gather here in this virtual business matching between the province of the Central Java and also from the prospective company from Ethiopia. We're gladly to announce this wonderful program is initiated and organized by the Division of the International Trade of the Sperindak and supported by the Embassy of Ethiopia from Indonesia in Jakarta. Thank you very much. Before we begin this agenda, please allow me to read the rundown of the session this afternoon. First, welcome speech from the Head of Industry and Trade of the Central Java. Second, opening remark from the Ambassador of Ethiopia from Indonesia. Third, the speech from the Kadin. The fourth is like company and also company presentation and also introduction. The fifth, there is a question and answer. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado and also interruption, we are now going to listen the speech delivered by the Head of Sperindak, and this occasion will be delivered by the Mr. Eko. For the Mr. Eko, you might take the floor.
Baik, terima kasih Mas Pulung. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Yang mulia Bapak Duta Besar Ethiopia Indonesia, Profesor Masu Tegaye dan Ibu Haimanot Tibenu, Direktur Pembinaan dan Promosi Ekspor, Kementerian Perdagangan dan Perindustrian Ethiopia beserta jajaran staf, yang kami hormati perwakilan dari kementerian terkait, Biro Otonomi dan Kerjasama, BPN PTS Tengah, yang kami hormati Wakil Ketua Umum Kerjasama Ekonomi Internasional Kadin, Bapak Stefanus Surya Atmaja, yang kami hormati Ketua Ginsi Jawa Tengah atau yang mewakili, yang kami hormati para eksportir dan importir Jawa Tengah dan Ethiopia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. May prosperity be upon us all. His Excellency Professor Atmasu Segaya Agidu, Ambassador of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia to Republic of Indonesia, Honorable Representatives of Bureau of Regional Autonomy Federation, and DVM PTSP of Central Java. The Honorable Chairman of International Economic Relations of Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Central Java, the Honorable Head of the Association of Indonesian National Importers, distinguished exporters and importers of Central Java and Ethiopia.
Bersyukur kita panjatkan kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala karena kita telah diberi anugerah sehat sehingga bisa bersama-sama bertemu melalui Zoom meeting dalam rangka virtual business matching saat ini.
Praise be to Allah the Almighty, who has blessed us with health so we can gather today in this virtual business matching meeting.
Pertemuan ini merupakan tindak lanjut dari pertemuan sebelumnya antara Duta Besar Ethiopia dengan pemerintah Provinsi Jawa Tengah pada tanggal 10 Maret 2021 sebagai sarana untuk mempertemukan eksportir dan importir Jawa Tengah dengan Ethiopia pada saat masa pandemi COVID-19 ini.
This meeting is a follow-up of the previous meeting on March 10, 2021 between His Excellency Ambassador of Ethiopia and the government of Central Java, represented by the Regional Secretary. Business matching is a great step to bring together exporters and importers from Central Java and Ethiopia during this COVID-19 pandemic.
Jawa Tengah ingin mengembangkan kerjasama perdagangan, khususnya business to business, antara eksportir Jawa Tengah dengan importir Ethiopia, begitu juga sebaliknya. Mudah-mudahan melalui business matching ini hubungan Jawa Tengah dengan Ethiopia semakin erat dan lancar.
Central Java aims to expand the trade cooperation, especially business-to-business ones, between the exporters of Central Java and the importers of Ethiopia and vice versa, between the exporters of Ethiopia and the importers of Central Java. It is our hope that through this meeting, the relationship between Central Java and Ethiopia will blossom and grow.
Ibu Bapak yang kami hormati, selanjutnya sebelum kita perkenalkan beberapa perwakilan perusahaan eksportir Jawa Tengah, akan kami sampaikan potensi produk ekspor Jawa Tengah sebagai negara dan ke Ethiopia.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we introduce some representatives of the exporters from Central Java, I'd love to show you our regional products potential for exports to various countries and to Ethiopia.
Kalian yang pertama, slide pertama, coba kita paparkan neraca perdagangan ekspor impor non migas Jawa Tengah periode 2016-2021. Secara keseluruhan untuk periode tersebut, khususnya pada tahun 2018-2019 mengalami negatif neraca perdagangan. Untuk 2020 sudah positif, 2021 overall positif.
Okay, we're looking at the trade balance of non-oil and gas exports and imports in Central Java. There is a trade deficit in 2018, but things are going well. We can see the uprising trend in the next years and especially in the 2021.
Ekspor utama non-migas Jawa Tengah periode 2020 dan 2021 yang adalah pakaian jadi bukan rajutan. Tiga besarnya yaitu pakaian jadi bukan rajutan, kemudian kayu, barang dari kayu, barang-barang rajutan. Untuk tahun 2021 trennya meningkat dibandingkan di tahun 2020.
We're looking at the 10 largest non-oil and gas exports of Central Java. The largest groups are for the non-knitted clothing, timber and wood products, as well as the knitted products. In 2020 and 2021, there's a rising trend.
Langsung slide berikutnya, Mas. Lanjut. Next, ya. 10 besar negara tujuan ekspor non-migas Jawa Tengah, yang pertama adalah Amerika Serikat, kemudian Jepang, Tiongkok, dan yang terakhir Taiwan, itu di angka 44,48 juta US dollar.
The largest destinations of our non-oil and gas exports of Central Java, the first on the list is USA, and then followed by Japan, China, and then the last is Taiwan with $44.48 million.
5 komoditas utama ekspor non-migas Jawa Tengah ke Ethiopia, saya sampaikan yang ekspor utama ke Ethiopia periode tahun 2020 dan 2021 antara Januari sampai Maret untuk 2021-nya adalah serat stafel buatan sebesar 2.549.930 US dollar. Kemudian disusul oleh perabot penerangan rumah tangga, olahan dari tepung, pakaian jadi bukan rajutan, dan serat stafel buatan.
The top 5 export commodities from Central Java to Ethiopia between 2020 and 2021. The first is the artificial staple fiber, approximately $2.5 million, and it's followed by non-knitted garment, flour-based processed foods, furniture and home lighting, and basic metals.
Kemudian potensi ekspor lainnya Jawa Tengah ke Ethiopia, yang terhormat Bapak Duta Besar dan peserta webinar yang saya hormati, ada 10 plus 16 komoditi. 10 besarnya adalah kertas atau karton, kemudian kapas, kain ditenun berlapis, jangat dan kulit merah, berbagai barang buatan pabrik, 6 filamen buatan, 7 plastik dan barang dari plastik, 8 lak, getah, dan damar, 9 kapas gumpalan, tali, 10 buku dan barang cetakan.
His Excellency and dear participants, we have top 10 and top 26 of potential exports from Central Java to Ethiopia. We have paper and paperboard, cotton, layered woven fabric, raw hides and skins, factory products, artificial filaments, plastic raw materials, and the products, lacquer and resin, cotton wadding, and books and printed goods.
Potensial lainnya di Jawa Tengah yang ada potensi untuk bisa diimpor ke Ethiopia, yaitu yang pertama kepiting dan udang, bahan kimia, palm oil, wood circle, teh, kopi, kakao, dan rempah-rempah, sarang burung, kertas dan produk kertas, ikan dan ikan olahan, kerajinan kaca, anyam-anyaman, makanan olahan, produk herbal, kerajinan tembaga atau kuningan, produk pertanian, dan mainan anak.
These products, I believe, have the potential to be exported to Ethiopia. Crabs and shrimps, chemicals, palm oil, wood charcoal, tea, cacao and spices, bird's nest, paper and paper products, rubber, fish and fishery products, glass craft, webbing, processed foods, herbal medicines, copper and brass handicraft, agriculture products, and kid toys.
Selanjutnya akan kami sampaikan 10 komoditas utama impor non-migas. Kalau tadi ekspor, sekarang impor non-migas. Periode tahun 2020 dan 2021, Januari sampai dengan Mei. Yang terbesar adalah mesin dan pesawat mekanik, kemudian plastik dan barang dari plastik, mesin dan peralatan listrik, itu komoditi yang dominan. Ada biji-bijian minyak, kain rajutan, kendaraan dan bagiannya, gandum-ganduman, gandum dari plastik, gula dan kembang gula, filamen buatan. Nah, untuk periode 2021, ada mengalami peningkatan dan penurunan, dinamikanya seperti itu.
This is the list for the top 10 oil and gas exported commodities of Central Java between 2020 and 2021 on January and May. We have the artificial filaments, sugar and sugar confectionery, wheat, vehicles and the components, knitted fabric, seeds, oil seeds, cotton, machinery and electrical equipments, plastic materials and the products, and machinery and mechanical equipments. We can see there is a positive and negative trend in 2021.
Kemudian 10 besar negara impor, maksudnya negara asal negara impor non-migas antara periode 2021 Januari sampai dengan periode Mei, itu Indonesia, Jawa Tengah khususnya, impor terbesarnya dari Tiongkok itu sebesar 1.445 juta US dollar. Kemudian Amerika Serikat, India, ada Australia, Taiwan, Thailand, Jepang, Korea Selatan, Malaysia, Singapura.
In 2021, between January and May, we have these 10 countries as our import partners. China is in the top of the list. We imported approximately $1.4 million. $1.4 million. And then it's followed by US, India, Australia, Taiwan, Thailand, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, and Singapore.
Indonesia juga mengimpor non-migas dari Ethiopia. Ada 4 komoditi utama yang diimpor Indonesia, yaitu jangat dan kulit merah, kemudian kapas, buku dan barang cetakan, dan yang terakhir adalah kain rajutan. Di 2021 itu mengalami peningkatan khususnya untuk jangat dan kulit merah, sementara kapas menurun, kita impor dari Ethiopia. Untuk buku dan barang cetakan, kain rajutan ini produk baru yang diimpor dari Ethiopia.
The top 4 main non-oil and gas imports from Central Java and Ethiopia, we have raw hides and skins, cotton, books and printed goods, and knitted fabric. Books and printed goods and knitted fabric are rather new products that we import, but raw hides and skins, we can see increasing number.
Perkembangan jumlah eksportir Jawa Tengah dari tahun 2016 sampai dengan tahun 2021, periode sampai dengan Juni 2021, itu meningkat sampai dengan tahun 2020 meningkat 7,18%, atau totalnya ada 2.284 eksportir. Nah, untuk tahun 2021 sampai dengan periode Juni, itu menjadi 2.373 eksportir. Ini menandakan bahwa meskipun dalam kondisi pandemi, geliat para teman-teman eksportir ini masih cukup tinggi, dan berkat bimbingan FTA, muncullah eksportir-eksportir baru.
This is the number of exporters in Central Java. If we see the table from 2016 to 2020, it is slightly rising, and the growth continue until 2021. The trend is rising from 2019 to 2020. We see an increase of 7%, and during 2021, we have about 2,000 number of exporters. This show that despite the pandemic, the economy still grow and our exporters are still as active as usual.
Bapak Duta Besar yang saya hormati dan Ibu Direktur Pembinaan dan Promosi Ekspor Kementerian Perdagangan Perindustrian Ethiopia beserta jajarannya, dan Pak Stefanus dari Kadin. Pada kesempatan yang baik ini, saya berharap dengan bisnis matching ini ada hal-hal yang sangat progresif dan nyata untuk bisa menjadi sebuah kerjasama, baik itu impor maupun ekspor. Saya pribadi berharap teman-teman Ethiopia bisa melakukan atau bertransaksi mengimpor produk-produk yang kami tawarkan tadi, sehingga terjadi bisnis to bisnis pada kesempatan yang baik ini. Nanti pada kesempatan yang berikutnya akan disampaikan profil-profil para pengusaha dan barang-barang yang diusahakan.
His Excellency and dear participant, I hope from this meeting we will see progressive growth. So we will see more cooperation between exporters and importers between both countries. Our hope is for businessmen from Ethiopia will import the products that we've shown you later, so that we will see more business to business. Later on, we will see profiles from our exporters and importers from our region.
Ya, dipersilakan untuk memanfaatkan momen ini dengan sebaik-baiknya untuk bisa bertransaksi dan paling tidak mengenal. Saya mohon maaf apabila dalam sambutan ada yang kurang berkenan, dan terima kasih atas perhatiannya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I hope this meeting will be beneficial for both of us, and I hope you can share more insights, and later on we have business going on. Thank you.
Check. Am I audible? Okay. Thank you very much from Mr. Eko from the delivering the speech. It was wonderful speech, and I think it spread of the positivity and also spread of the hope between two party and also two country. Now we moving from another speech. Without further ado and interruption, now we are going to listen the speech delivered by the ambassador of Ethiopia from Indonesia, High Excellencies Professor Atmasu Seguye Akide. You may take the floor. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for the coordination and for the excellent speech. Mr. Engineer Eko Paratono, Secretary of the Industry and Trade Office of Central Java Province. Mr. Stefanos, Vice Chairman of International Economic Relations, Central Java Chamber of Commerce and Industry. From the Ethiopian side, we are very happy to see officials from Ministry of Trade and Industry, Ethiopian Oilseed, Pulses and Spices Producers and Exporters Association, Ethiopian Laser Industries Association, Ethiopian Textile Industry Development Institute, Industrial Park Development Association, and also from Ethiopian Investment Commission. And also I'm very pleased to see many participants, online participants from Central Java. So good morning in Addis Ababa, and Salamat Siang here in Jakarta and Samarang City. Well, on behalf of the Ethiopian Embassy in Jakarta, I would like to extend my online greeting and welcome you to the first Ethiopian Central Java Indonesia business meeting. Well, this year is a very special year because the embassy is celebrating the 60th anniversary of the diplomatic relations by hosting a series of events from youth forum, photo exhibition, business and trade forum, and the culinary artists to promote closer people to people ties. It will be a year of celebrating activities of deepening political, economic, and cultural ties, and all importantly, a year where Ethiopians and Indonesians public at large come to know one another as never before through an extended friendship and understanding. To this effect, we have successfully organized and conducted 3 virtual conferences with participants of about 400 stakeholders from the 2 countries that promote and enhance trade investment, tourism, and people-to-people relationship. I'm very pleased to announce that this business forum between Ethiopia, Central Java, focusing on international trade cooperation opportunities is the fourth business forum in this year. This business forum is aiming at enforcing the very growing friendly relation between Ethiopia and Indonesia. It is also the fourth kind of virtual meeting conducted during restriction of people movement because of the COVID. I hope that this online meeting will enhance the trade and investment cooperation, which have been slowed down for almost a year and a half due to the pandemic. It is also my strong belief that both Indonesian and Ethiopian traders and investors shall benefit from this important business meeting, as it creates a unique opportunity for new networking and acquaintance Indonesian investors and traders with valuable insights about business opportunities in Ethiopia and the vice versa. Well, we have seen a very clear presentation. Still, we had a very good business relationship, trade relationship. Definitely, if we put more effort on this one, we can improve, because there are a lot of potentials in both sides. Dear participants, the economic and trade ties between Ethiopia and Indonesia have historically been sporadic and erratic. Among the Southeast Asian economies, the ones showing increasing presence in Ethiopia are Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand. Despite the growing relationship and political commitments that exist between Ethiopia and Indonesia, the result achieved so far, both in trade, investment, tourism, and peoples-to-peoples relationship, have not corresponded with the potential that both countries have. The Embassy of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia in Jakarta believes that concrete measures should be taken in order to strengthen the trade, investment, tourism, and peoples-to-peoples relationship, so that the two countries could utilize the potentials for the betterment of their people. Ethiopia is now going through a constant multi-phased economic growth and transformation. Ethiopia's improved economic infrastructure, abundant natural resources, affordable labor, government political commitment for investment, a strategic position with proximity to the Middle East and Europe, cheap electricity, duty-free and quota-free access to USA and European markets, along with its excellent climate and fertile soil, remains the country's comparative advantage attracting investors. That's the reason why nowadays we are seeing so many investors from different part of the world. So it's very attractive, and we wish if the Indonesian investors also form a sort of partnership so that they can benefit from the potentials Africa and also Ethiopia has. Market-wise, more than 110 million population and the strategic geographical location reaching 3.5 billion population offer a wide market access. The African Continental Free Trade Agreement, it is the latest development, a single integrated market by 54 African Union nations create a unified customs union to streamline trade on the continent. Well, what I'm saying always is if we partnership with the Ethiopian companies and if we manufacture in Ethiopia, then we can access the 54 African countries. So this is an advantage for Indonesia and also an advantage for other countries, because there is a very huge market potential in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the second populous country in Africa, second to Nigeria. The population is 110 million, but that is one potential. But the best one is it's located in a very strategic geographical location. It's a gateway to the Middle East. It's a gateway to Africa. Within a very short radius, we do have 3.5 billion population. So really, this is one of the advantage why we should partnership and also try to make attachment with the Ethiopian companies and also with the Ethiopian investors. The government is ready to address many investment requests from Indonesian company to create economic interdependence between the two countries and people. It is therefore my sincere belief and expectations that the outcome of this business event will highly equip participants with the required information and techniques necessary to elevate the trade, investment, tourism, and the people-to-people relations of the two countries to the higher level. Finally, definitely, as it has been said, first we were there to assess the different potentials in Central Java, and also we have visited the companies in Central Java who are operating in Hawassa, Sumbiri textile factory, and also there are another. So this really it is it's not the final. We have already started it. We have to take this one to the higher level. I would like to thank the provincial government of Central Java, Regional Planning and Development Agency, Central Java Chamber of Commerce and Industry for their presence and the remark in spite of their tight schedule and a lot of other preoccupations. And also I would like to take this opportunity to extend my appreciation to all organizers. Organizing such a business forum is not very simple. Beyond the curtain, there are so many issues. So really I appreciate the organizers. And also I would like to appreciate the embassy personnel here in Jakarta, Mr. Alamayo, Rahel, and Mr. Fahari for their excellent facilitation. And also, as I mentioned, I would like also to thank again our Ethiopian participants. So as it has been said, this is a beginning. We are trying now to link the different investors, traders, and we are trying to expose the potential of the two countries. There is a very huge potential that has never been exploited. So if we are closer, definitely we can make a difference. And there is a very huge potential in Ethiopia. There are untouched natural resources in Ethiopia. The economy is growing in Ethiopia. There is a conducive environment for investors. If we join hands, definitely we can benefit our two people, the people of Ethiopia and also the people of Indonesia. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, am I audible? Okay. Thank you very much, the High Excellencies, from your such enlightening speech. On behalf of this Perindak, we hope also that maybe this occasion will be give some like mutual beneficial, not only from the Central Java, but also from the two countries, Indonesia and also Ethiopia itself. Now we're moving from the next agenda. We're going to listen the deliver speech by the head of the commerce of the Central Java, Chamber of Commerce, sorry, from the Kadin of the Central Java. And in this special occasion, it will be delivered by Mr. Stefanus Suryaatmaja, MBA. You might proceed.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to say regards to His Excellency Professor Atmasu Segaye. Hope to and I am really glad to see you again and find you in a healthy condition. Yang terhormat juga dengan Bapak Insinyur Joko Partono, Sekretaris Dinas Perindustrian dan Perdagangan Jawa Tengah, dan juga segenap bisnis partner dari Ethiopia maupun dari Jawa Tengah. Saya akan menyampaikan sambutan dalam bahasa, mungkin nanti dari translator bisa membantu untuk mentranslate. Bapak Ibu yang kami hormati, pertama-tama izinkan kami mewakili Kadin Jawa Tengah, Chambers of Commerce in Central Java untuk mengucapkan terima kasih yang sebesar-besarnya atas kerja keras dan usaha yang dilakukan oleh penyelenggara, dalam hal ini Disperindak dan juga dari pihak Ethiopian Embassy yang sudah memprakarsai atau menginisiatifi bisnis matching ini beberapa bulan yang lalu.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I represent the Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Would like to congratulate and thank the organizers from Disperindak and Ethiopian Embassy.
Kami ingat beberapa bulan yang lalu, Mr. Ambassador visit ke Semarang dan menginisiatifi untuk melakukan hubungan internasional antara Ethiopia dan Provinsi Jawa Tengah pada khususnya.
We remember a few months ago, His Excellency visited Semarang and eventually initiated these bilateral relations between Semarang and Central Java and Ethiopia.
Kita tahu bahwa selama ini hubungan ekonomi antara kedua belah negara maupun dengan Provinsi Jawa Tengah pada khususnya belum terjalin secara maksimal.
We know that the economic relationship between Central Java and Ethiopia is going well, but there is always a room for improvement.
Kami berterima kasih atas leadership yang ditunjukkan oleh Mr. Ambassador untuk melakukan initiate meeting dan melakukan business matching sehingga hubungan bisnis bisa terjalin lebih baik lagi.
We thank the leadership of His Excellency for conducting initiate meeting and business matching.
Kita tahu semua di kondisi saat ini yang mana pandemi masih menjadi momok bagi dunia usaha, dengan adanya inisiatif untuk melakukan business matching ini, paling tidak kita bisa saling terupdate tentang apa yang terjadi di kedua belah negara.
We know that pandemic affect business greatly, but hopefully through this meeting we can share some insights.
Seperti yang telah diucapkan, dikatakan bahwa ini adalah yang pertama dan masih awal dari segala sesuatunya, tetapi saya yakin bahwa dengan adanya business matching ini akan membangun kesepahaman yang baik antara pengusaha di Jawa Tengah dengan pengusaha di Ethiopia.
Although this is the first meeting, hopefully this will connect the businessmen from Ethiopia and Central Java to grow our business together.
Salah satu kendala yang dihadapi adalah data yang tidak terupdate dan tidak sama, yang mana ini akan menjadi tantangan kita ke depan.
One of the obstacles is invalid and non-updated data. This is a challenge for all of us.
Padahal opportunity akan ada setiap harinya. Maka saya mengajak kita bersama-sama untuk memperbaharui data-data yang ada tentang potensi-potensi bisnis maupun investasi untuk trade maupun investment antara Ethiopia dan Provinsi Jawa Tengah.
There are actually opportunities available every day, so I encourage all of us to always update potential businesses, investments, and trades in Central Java and Ethiopia.
Seperti yang kita tahu bahwa Ethiopia adalah negara besar dengan populasi lebih dari 100 juta jiwa, yang mana memiliki sumber daya alam yang sungguh luar biasa, sehingga bisa menjadi partner strategik bagi Provinsi Jawa Tengah ke depannya.
As we know, Ethiopia has a huge population, approximately 100 million, with abundant natural resources. It is our hope that Ethiopia can be a strategic partners for us.
Pada acara ini telah diundang pengusaha dari Ethiopia maupun dari Provinsi Jawa Tengah dari berbagai macam segmen usaha, yang mana saya sangat mengajak untuk mari kita gunakan kesempatan ini untuk mencari potensi-potensi bisnis yang ada di tengah pandemi yang melanda negara kita.
In this event, we have business persons from Central Java and Ethiopia in different fields. I encourage you to find potentials that we can bring up during this pandemic.
Kedepannya, kami dari Central Java Chamber of Commerce dari Kadin Jawa Tengah, kami siap untuk menjembatani, bahkan kami siap untuk mengawal proses terjadinya kerjasama ke arah yang lebih konkret.
In the future, the Chamber of Commerce and the Chamber of Commerce and Industry are ready to connect and assist stakeholders in the field.
Sekali lagi kami ucapkan selamat berdiskusi, selamat berbisnis matching. Semoga apa yang kita lakukan hari ini paling tidak bisa lebih mengenal satu sama lain dan bisa terfollow up lebih baik untuk kerjasama yang lebih konkret.
Again, I hope you have a great meeting. Hopefully we can introduce ourselves and get to know each other better.
Tadi sudah dipresentasikan oleh Bapak dari Pak Joko bahwa potensi di Jawa Tengah sangat luar biasa, yang mana Provinsi Jawa Tengah siap untuk bisa bekerja sama dengan pengusaha di Ethiopia untuk menjadi mitra strategis, ya. Jadi mungkin ada hal-hal yang dari government to government atau business to business yang kita perlu detailkan lagi, kami siap.
We've seen from the presentation that we, Central Java, have huge potentials. This province is ready to cooperate with investors from Ethiopia to conduct business together. And maaf, Steve ketinggalan, sorry.
Untuk ke arah yang lebih detail dan lebih konkret.
Okay, for a better future with solid steps to do in the future.
Dari kami sekian dan terima kasih untuk seluruh pihak yang telah mendukung terjadinya acara ini, dan saya sangat berharap akan ada follow up dari business matching seperti ini lagi. Terima kasih.
That's all from me. I thank all of the organizers and participants. I hope there will be follow-up actions from this business matching meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the
Speed representative from the Kadin of Central Java. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to the main agenda, which is that we would like to enter about the presentation and also introduction of the company between two countries. So before that we begin, I have strict regulation and rule that maybe you should have mind the gap. First of all, in order to avoid any disturbances during the presentation, I would like to ask you to mute your microphone, and please notice your microphone button on the mute mode. Second, every 8 speaker or presentators, it will be have delivered the time maximum is 7 minutes. And I will remind you and to just stop when your time is up. And the second and the last, sorry, the presenters will be have in particular order based on my instruction. Okay. Now we moving. Please just mind the gap to turn off your microphone. Well, now in particular order, I would like to calling the first order from the presenters today. It will come from the Minister of the Trade and Industry of Ethiopia. So now I calling Mrs. Haimanot Tiberu Kazaye for the representative from the Ministry of the Trade of Industry Ethiopia. And current now, her position is as Director of Export Promotion at Advisory of the Minister of the Trade Industry. For Mrs. Haimanot, you may take the floors. Time is yours.
Thank you, the moderator. Thank you for the opportunity. So may I share my screen before? Is it visible for all of you? Yes.
Yes, it's clear now.
Okay. Thank you. Before I directly go to my presentation, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizer, His Excellency Professor Admasu Sakai, Ambassador to Indonesia, as well as our counterparts, honorable counterparts from the trade and industry of Indonesia. This is a great pleasure and honor to be part of this, such great forum for to strengthen our trade relationship between Indonesia and Ethiopia. So when I go to my presentation, I have some 6 pointers. I will go through it as per the time allocated and instructed by the moderator. So directly, I will go to the first slide, which is about general information. It's good that our ambassador, His Excellency, already mentioned most of the points I have pointed out as general information for our business community for our Indonesian business community. But I want to mention that as Ethiopia is the land of origin and diversity. When we say origin, we're the origin for humankind, as well as we're the origin for coffee, which is, the Ethiopia's gift to the world. So moving to the second point, I would like to share with you our economic composition. As you can see from the presentation, the service sector is taking the lead, which holds about 37%, and agriculture is following. As you know, Ethiopia is agrarian economy, and the industry sector is following to agriculture. So service sector is taking the lead as economic composition of Ethiopia. Just moving to the policy aspect, specifically for the economic policy, we have conducted or we have already developed our own homegrown economic reform since the last 2 years, and we have identified the pillars of this homegrown economic reform. So agriculture is one of the pillars. As I told you, or as I tried to mention, that we do have the potential on agriculture sector, and still we have more effort, or we do want to exert more effort on agricultural sector, as well as mining is the other sector identified under this economic reform. We do export gold as well as tantalum and other mining, and we have the potential on this sector as well. Manufacturing is our main focus. When we say manufacturing, there is textile and apparel. Thanks to the previous speaker from the Central Java, I understand that the potential of the Central Java. I tried to see or to read some points of the industry. So I've learned that beverage industry, textile, apparel, wood, printing, and furniture is also your potential area. and manufacturing is under, is also our one of the pillar identified our homegrown economic reform. Tourism is the other sector, as I mentioned before in the first slide, where the cradle of humankind. So, so for me, it's a must-see country. Everybody has to come to Ethiopia to see his or her ancestor, which is Lucy, 3.2 million, old fossil. So tourism and many more. We have many more tourism attractions as well. ICT is the other pillar under this homegrown economic reform. So these are the anchor. They are anchored in the vision of building prosperous nation. Priority is to create economic environment that close the income gap by creating opportunities and access to resource to all. So this is our policy says, or this is what we're implementing. When we move to industrial development priority sector, as you can see, we have identified about 7 sectors. So textile and apparel, laser and laser products, chemical and construction material. We do have the institute dedicated working on chemical and construction material. Specifically, I understand or I have learned that furniture is one of your, specialty. And we do have the potential for this area as well. And we're working as a government. We have developed, already established the institute as a government level, and we're working to utilize this potential. And pharmaceutical, metal and engineering, agro-processing are the industrial development sectors identified. When we see the Ethiopia's top 5 major export items, this is the general top 5 export items. As you can see, all of them are actually from agricultural sector. Coffee, we have very different, and very, as a birthplace of coffee, we do have a lot of variety of coffee as well as, different aroma and taste. So we do export coffee. Flowers, we have flowers to export to European market as well as different markets. Oil seeds, we have sesame, based sesame, whitish sesame, and different types of sesame as well. We have, white, we have dark brown, like from Wallaga, from the eastern part of Ethiopia. So this is the western part of Ethiopia, as well as the other type of oil seeds as well. We have also different kinds or types of pulses we are exporting to the world. So these are the top 5 major export items that we are exporting to the world. When we move to major import items, minerals came first, and then machinery, equipments, and parts are the other, import items. And electrical machine equipments, iron and steel. Of course, fertilizer is the other top commodity or top import items identified. This is to share, I wish to show you what we are importing and exporting to Central Java, as our partner from the Indonesian side mentioned. This is a good indication to us, but we have identified these areas. When we see the Ethio-Indonesia trade statistics, the last 9 years statistics, on average, it reached, the total trade turnover reached around 318 million USD. But from this, out of which only 27 million is export from Ethiopia to Indonesia. So 290 million values the import, Ethiopia's import from Indonesia. So this shows us we do import a lot of things from Indonesia, but still there is a trade balance gap that we can see. So this is not bad for us, because this is the route to trade more. So if we work or if we exert more efforts to promote our export products to Indonesia market, as well as to Indonesian products to Ethiopian markets, I'm sure we can narrow the gap we have observed in the statistics, in the trade statistics here. But it's good to observe or to see the gap, the trade balance gap. It's in favor of Indonesia still. When we see Ethiopia's top export destination countries, as you can see, Indonesia is not, on the top of 10. So Netherlands, United States, Somalia, these are the top 10. And Indonesia is on the 21st as a rank. So this is far. So it indicates for us, for government officials, to work more to create conducive environment for our business community, so as, to bring Indonesia as one of the export destination country to Ethiopian products. Why we're saying this? Because we're exporting.
Sorry, to interrupt. Your time is 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me move to the points for the opportunities, what I would like to share to our Indonesian business community. So what are the business opportunities? It's already mentioned by His Excellency, the market by itself is big, Ethiopian market is big. The geography and the market access, it's mentioned, including the free trade, the Africa Free Trade Continental Free Trade Area, and the duty-free market access. So via different arrangements like the US, the EU. So it's already mentioned by His Excellency Professor Admasu. I'm so happy that, if you come to Ethiopia and invest or do business or have partner, it is not for Ethiopian market, but it's to access different markets in different arrangements. So there is also preferential arrangements. And we do have even the opportunity as business opportunity, the agroecology, the livestock, the products by itself are organic. So such kind of points will make Ethiopia preferential to the international market. So we have different arrangements, export incentives. If you come here and invest or do exports, we have arranged different incentives, export incentives, in terms of finance, in terms of duty exemption, in terms of tax holiday. So this is what is in place in our, policy. And we're strongly, as a government, following up and support the export sector. So we have different committees, very integrated committee working together. We do have dedicated institutions for leather, for textile, for the agro-processing and others as well. And we have very close relationship with the private sector. I'm happy that I've seen our national chamber representative here, sectoral associations representative here. So we're working very closely with them. I thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for Ms. Haimanot for such a comprehensively presentation. Maybe I will make some little comment. When you mentioned about having the strong commodities coffee, actually that when you go to Starbucks, the people is always thinking that, oh, the coffee is from Ethiopia and this is very popular. But in our Central Java, we also have the famous coffee also, and we also have some commodity in coffee. So we can collaborate together actually after this. Thank you very much. Now we moving from the next agenda is presentation from the PT Dragon Pharma. PT means limited liability company. It will be presented by Ms. Yayan from the representative of PT Dragon Pharma. Is Ms. Yayan is in the chamber, please? Okay, thank you very much. How beautiful you are. Yeah, you can share the screen. Thank you very much. 7 minutes from now.
Okay. Good morning in Ethiopia, ladies and gentlemen in Ethiopia. And on behalf of our company, PT Dragon Pharma, allow me to extend a warm welcome to you all. And it is very great to see you all. And we are very excited and encouraged to join this webinar during this pandemic situation that we could not deny to meet you virtually. And we would like to express our gratitude to coming in my presentation and appreciate to all representatives that support to organize this prestigious event, to the members of the ambassadors of the Republic of Ethiopia and members of companies in Ethiopia, and also to all the members from the trade association from Central Java. We appreciate very much for this morning opportunity that we could present our company profile that we divide into two parts. First from our PowerPoint and second from the company profile in the video. First, our company is from the history is established since 1948 from the home industry with the first product for the menthol. We have and then we have other variants of new products such as jajangmyeon oil, citronella oil, telon oil, liniment, salicylic, powder, balm, and aromatherapy. And then we have moved from some location of the companies to be the bigger and at now moment we in 1977 we moved to the now at the outstanding permanent location here. And then in 2006, we have received the GMP, and 2008 halal, and 2012 we received the ISO certification. And we have some brands here like the Dragon, Double Dragon, Naga, and Java Spa. And our products here that you can read here that we also have mentioned before. And then from our products here, we have jajangmyeon oil as that you can see the indication, and the others is Dragon jajangmyeon oil. This is the 100% essential oil, and then telon oil and telon herbal baby telon oil. You can read the indication here also by yourself. And then from the citronella oil, it is for the itchiness of the mosquito bites. And then the liniment oil also, it is to relieve pain due to the pains, package, and others. And then the other product is salicylic powder. It is for the skin powder. And then the other is, we have many brands of balms. And the other is Java Spa aromatherapy oil. And then the other products is menthol and also the crystal ice gel. We have export to many countries like in Europe, in Netherlands, and in Asia we also have export to Hong Kong, Brunei, Malaysia, Cambodia, and China. And Middle East we export to Yemen, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Iraq. And to West Africa is to Cotonou, Abidjan, Dakar, Malabo, and in Asia also to Fiji Island. Our main products is to West Africa and Middle East mostly is balms, natural balm, and the liniment oil. And then in exhibition, we also have take part for some exhibitions here. And this is our marketplace. We also have joined the marketplace and developed some to Shopee, Blibli in Indonesia, Bukalapak, Lazada, Tokopedia, and GDID. This is our partners in Indonesia, like the Kimia Pharma, Indomaret, Enesis, Fabros, Astra, Bufaloco, Synergy, Conbil, and Atre. And here that you can take note of our address and also phone number, an email address, and the websites that we are looking for the exact reliable partners in Ethiopia. And then we will show you also our video company profile here. Sorry.
1 minute left, Mr.
Yeah, 1 minute. One moment, please. Pak Bobo, tolong share screen, Pak. Oke, share screen. Coba share screen. Ini kalau sih. Ini apa? Mau cari video. Video.
Okay, thank you very much. Your time is up. Thank you, Mr. Yayan, for such an interesting presentation. I hope that they have also responded from the perspective company from the Ethiopia. Thank you very much. Now we're going to have the next agenda is presentation from the Ethiopian Oilseed Pulses and Spices Producer and Exporters Association, would be have presented by Mr. Azeva Johannes. You may take the floor. In case that you have a video company profile, please just like open up your company profile video first, and after that, deliver your presentation. So we should be have running on time. Mr. Azeva Johannes, is there any?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is a good opportunity to explain about our session. Am I audible? Yes?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. First of all, I want to thank you all the organizers and Honorable Ambassador Professor Atmas Agaye and the embassy of all the crew in the embassy of Ethiopia in Jakarta to organize such kind of virtual meeting in this very hard time of COVID pandemic. It's a good opportunity for our session to explain what's going on in Ethiopia regarding oil seeds and pulses. Since I have only 7 minutes, I'll be very fast, and I will be forced to jump some of the slides which are already mentioned by my friend, Mrs. Haymanot. The general facts are already mentioned by Mrs. Haymanot. So let me go directly to oilseeds and pulses production in Ethiopia. The main oilseeds type produced in Ethiopia are sesame seed, Niger seed, groundnut, linseed, and others. And the main pulses produced in Ethiopia, exportable, most of them are exportable. Pulses grown in Ethiopia are white pea beans, red kidney bean, mung bean, soya bean, chickpea, fava bean, or we call it horse bean, creamy bean, veg, lentils, and other haricot beans are commonly produced in Ethiopia. To give you some highlight about the total production trends of oilseeds and the area coverage, as you see, starting from 2015, 2016 to 2019-20, almost the production is almost similar. It has only a slight increment, and the area coverage is also the same. When we talk about oilseeds in Ethiopia, we are literally talking about sesame, because 95 and more than that of our export is sesame. But it doesn't mean that we don't have another oilseed types like Niger seed, linseed, even Niger seed is more, our production of Niger is more than sesame, but the export is very minimal. We are going to export to USA and European market. But our oilseeds is literally or predominantly focused on sesame seed. As you see the area coverage of sesame seed, starting the last 5 years, the area coverage and the production. Production is going down because the cost of production for sesame is becoming very high, and farmers are switching to other products. And the last 2-3 years, there was some instability in the very few areas of the countries, so the production was very affected. But the country has a big potential for sesame production. Almost different studies showed that more than 1 million tons of sesame can be produced in Ethiopia. Now currently we are producing 280 to 300,000 tons of sesame every year. The production volume and area coverage of pulses, as you see, the production of pulses is increasing, but it's a very slight increment. And almost the area coverage is almost static. Ethiopian pulses, when we talk about the trend, on average, 14% of all what we produce of pulses is exported. So you can see that there is a big room for development of export business from Ethiopia of pulses, because we are only exporting 14% of what we produce. But there are some crops which we export 100%, like mung bean, because we don't consume mung bean in Ethiopia, so we export 100% of what we produce, and 77% of soya bean is exported. The remaining is very, very minimal. We don't almost 86% of what we produce is not export. More than 95% of oil sesame produced exported. Only we consume 5%. But in the near future, because private investors are engaged in oil production, so the oilseeds consumption, domestic consumption of oilseeds is expected to be increased. Now we export 95% of our sesame of production to be exported. Sesame is the second largest export earning after coffee, and the fourth largest sesame seed producing country in the world is Ethiopia. And Ethiopian original sesame is very good. The quality is very good. As you see, the Ethiopian oilseeds production in graph is already mentioned. The sesame production in graph is already mentioned in the bar charts. When you see the top oilseeds export destination, Israel, United Arab, Singapore, China, Vietnam, Japan, United States, Turkey, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia, and other remaining 27 countries are importing from our country. So as you see, Indonesia is not here. I know Indonesia exporting, but it's almost, I think it's like 28th importer of our oilseeds. But we know that there is a big potential to export to Indonesia. So both the importers of Indonesia and the exporters of Ethiopia, and the two governments has to work hard so that we can improve the share of oilseeds of our export to Indonesia, because there is a big potential. As you see, this is a share. Indonesia 20 in importing of oilseeds, like 77 tons of oilseeds is exported to Indonesia. It's less than 0.5% of the share. We only export 0.5%, less than 0.5% of our oilseeds to Indonesia. So I think there is still a gap that we have to work hard so that we can improve the share of our oilseeds to the Indonesian market. When it comes to the top export destination, I think the share of Indonesia is better. Indonesia is the fourth biggest importer of our pulses. The number one is India, the second one is Kenya, Turkey, fourth one is Indonesia, Vietnam, Sudan, Pakistan, United Arab Emirates, China, and Portugal, and other 16 countries. Totally 17 countries are importing from Ethiopia. Here, this is only the data of 2019, 2020, so it's the data of 1 year. As you see, Indonesia is importing 29,658 tons of pulses from Ethiopia, which is 8.6% of Ethiopian share. Our share to the total share of Ethiopian export to the global market, the share of Indonesia is 8.6. It's important to compare Ethiopian average export to the world, Ethiopian average export to the global market, and the major Indonesian oilseeds import from Ethiopia, so that you can see how the gap of export is still big. Sesame seed only 216,000. The average export of Ethiopia is 216,000, but Indonesia import 25 tons only, which is 0.150% share. Niger seed, we export.
Your time is up, so you can make the point, please.
Hello, I beg your pardon?
Yes, your time is up, so you can deliver the strong point, please, or to make jump into conclusion. Yeah.
I expect that you will tell me when I left with 2 minutes. Anyway, as you see, the biggest export is to Greenbank, which is 25,000. We export 16,000 to the global market. For 3.8% of our export goes to Indonesia. So we expect red kidney bee, pigeon bee, soybean, Niger seed, and sesame seed will improve the coming years. So to give you the most important thing, what are the challenges that we are facing today? Supply is less than demand. That we have a big demand, but our supply less, so the big potential to produce. Many exporters, we have many exporters, but just the production is static, decline of productivity and high cost of production, and the default. There is default from the Afghanistan side and the Indonesian side importers, and there is also default for the Ethiopian exporters. So we have to work hard to our exporters and your importers to respect the contract that is going to be signed between the two counterparts. It's important to mention what is the current situation in Ethiopia. The current situation in Ethiopia, the government is highly committed to implement integrated pesticide management system, which helps us to improve the quality of our products, our exportable products. Second thing is incentive policy to encourage agriculture. So many investors are coming and engaged in agriculture because the incentive is very attractive. So in the coming near future, our Asian production volume, our policy production volume will be very high because a lot of exporters, a lot of investors are engaged in agricultural production. And the third current situation in Ethiopia is the Ministry of Trade and Agriculture has issued a new directives, which has also started the last 1 year and a half. That's called Contract Registration and Administration of Export Agricultural Commodities. Before the contract, our domestic market were erratic and it was full of chaos. Now, after the contract registration and administration directives, the domestic market is stable. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Asefa. Now we're going to have the next agenda. In order number 4, it will be have presentation for PT Kusuma Mukti Remaja. It will be delivered by Mr. Agung, the director of the PT Kusuma Mukti Remaja. Please make it first. Mr. Sugeng, unmute yourself first. Unmute yourself. Okay.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Hai. Kami ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Ambasador Ethiopia dan Desperindak Jawa Tengah untuk mengadakan event ini di masa pandemi COVID-19.
I would like to thank His Excellency and Desperindak for organizing this event during the pandemic.
Terima kasih atas waktu yang diberikan. Kami dari PT Kusuma Mukti Remaja.
Thank you for the opportunity. We are from PT Kusuma Mukti Remaja.
Kami bergerak di bidang minyak goreng dan turunannya.
We produce frying oils and other kinds of oils.
Produk kami antara lain adalah
some of our products are
refined bleach deodorized aka RBD coconut oil, refined bleach deodorized coconut oil for cooking, pharmacy, even cosmetic grade. And we also have extra virgin coconut oil. It's cold pressed coconut oil for cosmetic and pharmacy. And our side product is coconut fatty acid distillate. That's for surfactant and detergent soap. Also, we can supply refined hydrogenated coconut oil, usually used for cooking and other like cocoa butter substitute. It's called CBS. Usually we use this as a creamer for coffee and stuff like that. We can supply in many forms of packaging, such as flexi tank, drum, plastic or steel, jerry can, and bag in the box. And we have also have a certificate for health certificate, halal, kosher, HACCP, ISO 9001, SNE, and we are working on organic certificate, and it'll be soon available. And we are looking forward to exporting to Ethiopia, and you can always contact us at +6+6285883829997.
Okay, thank you very much for such presentation. Maybe Mr. Sugeng, you can leave your number or your business number on the chat. Yes, so that's why
Yes.
all have the
Okay.
people can be looking for about the contact. Very short presentation. Thank you very much. Now we're going to the fifth order, the presentation. It will be presentation from the Ethiopian Leather Industry Association, and it will be delivered by Mr. Daniel Getache or Daniel Getase Sivero. So, dear Mr. Daniel, you may take the floor. Is there any Mr. Daniel here? Hello?
I think he is already in, but I don't know. Let's check.
Okay, maybe.
But he's already on.
So now I'm calling Mr. Daniel as representative from the Ethiopian Leather Industry Associations. Is there any Mr. Daniel in this chamber? Not yet. Okay. Now we keep Mr. Daniel. Hello? Mr. Daniel, are you there? Okay. Now you keep Mr. Daniel for the next term. Now we're going to have Aninda Furniture. Is there any representative for Aninda Furniture? Mr. Bip Muksen Asagaf? Okay, you take the floor. 7 minutes from now, Mr. Bip. Mr. Beat, unmute your microphone first. We can hear your voice.
Okay, now, okay, thank you very much. Sorry. All right, Pak Bulung, thank you very much for your short time, 7 minutes. I hope I can do all in 7 minutes, and I hope everybody can see my presentation now. What I'm going to tell you is about Aninda Furniture Indonesia. I'm not going with the data and graph and everything like that, but instead I'm going to tell you a little story about the transformation of Aninda Furniture. First of all, I would like to thank you, everybody, because I don't have so much time to thank one by one. So everybody in here for such a good opportunity to represent a furniture business of Central Java, as mentioned before by some of our speakers, that furniture is one of the most, the third industry of export that Central Java do lately. But I'm also quite surprised and sad because exporting to Ethiopia only 14,000 a year. This is unbelievable, but there will be a lot of challenge and there will be a lot of opportunity in this case, because what I see is that furniture is one of our product original from Indonesia, and it has a very, very different characteristic if compared to another
a kind of product from China, from Vietnam, or from other exporter country. And from Indonesia, what we have is that our journey actually in India began in Solo, Central Java, and where we have in-house production plants as well as some subcontractors and carpenters around Solo. And this strongly enables us to be prepared with any request from our client, whether it is cost-effective furniture or a high-end ones. Before pandemic, we have been supplying many hotel projects, retail stores with furniture from wooden items, sometimes combination of wood and metals for indoor, outdoor, upholstered, everywhere from United States to Europe to some also African country, Asia, Japan, and so many other countries. Now, what about now? During the pandemic, this is what happened, that majority are now staying at home, having good family time at home and interacting each other, having their Zoom corner. So we start to change our market because we cannot supply more to the hotels. We cannot, all hotels, as you know, now are closed. All restaurants mostly are closed now. So we change our strategy. We do more tropical material items, small items where everybody can enjoy it in their home. So we simply change and transform to, first we change our material transformation to all wood styles. Before we did so many kind of styles, and now we go to our basic, which is wood. Indonesia, especially Central Java, is very famous with its wood. Sometimes it's mixed with natural elements like metal, rattan, and everything like that. So we go to residential furniture instead of hotel furniture. Secondly, we go to tropical with natural bamboo style mixed with rattan and metal. This is kind of, it has been years that this kind of things are now growing in the market. So I would like to suggest my fellow importer from Ethiopia, especially in the furniture business, to start trying this. This is natural thing, are going good, and it will be good for your business unless you try it. So in this case, we go of tropical resident furniture. And of course, this is now our main focus that we do with home decor and small wooden items, which now it's start increasing, especially in the area of our export strategy. And many people now need wooden elements. Either it is for a plate, for decorations, for some chopping boards or anything like that. This what we did before. We did many hotels everywhere in the world, but now we are posting it. And we also do baby stuff. And as you know now, babies are baby business getting more and more now because I don't know, since 1.5 year pandemic, everybody stays home, have a leisure time, so more babies, so more furniture, and more things like this. So we try to grab this opportunity. I don't know about the birth rate in Ethiopia, but it will be a very good opportunity for you to try to start with the baby business in the furniture. And this is our promise always. First is on time, and on quality, and of course on budget. We are not talking about crazy budget. We are talking about whatever budget you have, let's discuss it. Whatever quantity you have, let's discuss it. And of course, we do it on the quality and on time. And this is why you choose us. We will like we believe that mutual communication will create, and we do not simply just sell a furniture, but furthermore, we would like to hear and to be able to feel your expectation. So we help you to grow your business. We will go with affordable price, of course, tropical hardwood. Everything will be hand carefully made, and this is what we are. Our main office in Ring Road, Seroyo, Karanganyar, Solo, Central Java. And our email address will be on indefurniture@gmail.com. You can reach out by that, or also our website with www.indefurniture.com, or you can simply call us or WhatsApp us at 62, that's a country code, 81329088 and 555. We have also some representative in Europe and Japan, and I'm really looking forward to having one in Ethiopia. That's all from us, Pak Punjul. I hope I don't exceed your 7 minutes. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that you deliver the presentation on time, Mr. Pitt. Thank you. Now I'm moving back to the Ethiopian Leather Industry Association. Now I'm calling Mr. Daniel. Does Mr. Daniel is already joined with us?
Yes, yes. Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Daniel, you might proceed 7 minutes from now.
Yeah, please share my screen. Thank you very much for giving us a chance to present the leather sector in Ethiopia. And are you allowing me to show my presentation?
You would like to screen by yourself, or you screen by the
Yes.
comedy?
Yes, from yes.
Okay, we're waiting. Still not appear, Mr.
I hope you are seeing the screen.
Yes, I see now. We can see now your screen. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So Ethiopian made leather and leather products is one of the big potential that we have in Ethiopia. And the leather industry holds a prominent place in the Ethiopian economy. And this sector is also known for its consistency in high export earning, and it is also among the top foreign exchange earners for the country. And the leather industry is also implement incentive, providing for 100,000 jobs, mostly for weaker section of the community. And when we come to the livestock population of Ethiopia, it contributes almost 3% for the global stock, almost more than 55 million cattle we have, and together for the goat and sheep, also more than 60 million population. And when we see the leather industry background, starting from 1989, we were in the small with small tannery numbers with a private and the public. It was the export amount was 50 million, but when we see in 2018, the exports reached to 120 million. And of course, we are also importing many type of goods like shoes, around $250 million. And we reached to a different level because, the raw hide and the skin production also increased, and the weight and capacity of the country is also increasing. And the crust capacity is also increasing, and the finishing capacity of our tannery is also increasing in total. When we see, we do have at this time, we do have more than 30 tanneries. They produce semi-finished and finished leather. Some of them are FDI companies, some of them are locally owned companies. We have a local market, big local market, and also from the export also we have a good export potential in the world, including the big market in China, in India, as well as you know also our big markets also a Japanese market. And the promising thing is also Ethiopia already, you know, the country already removes export duty on the wet, blue, and pickle leather. So now, if any company who are interested to export wet, blue, and pickle, it's free of any tax. So including the finished leather. And this is a big capacity because, you know, our wetting capacity is very big for our tanneries, and the resources, as you see, we have the resource. So in addition to that, maybe most of you may not know the information. Our sheep skin is world brand skin, which is world highest quality sheep leather we have, and it's made from a special type of hair sheep breed in Ethiopian Highlands. It's very thin, light, and soft, and strong and durable. The superior quality of this sheep leather is not like any other. You don't find any type of sheep skin in other world. Only you can find in Ethiopia. So this brand is already registered as a brand. It's registered in Europe, and also it's also registered in Japan. Most probably in the coming years, we are going to register in the US and Hong Kong. In addition to China, we are going to register this brand. So anyone who is using this sheep leather and with certified tanneries can export or import such type of brand sheep leather for highly, big market like different European or US market, and you can also expect high margin of profit from this type of sheep leather. And when we come to also other manufacturing like shoe manufacturing, we have big shoe manufacturers in Ethiopia, more than 15, and more than 100 small and medium-sized companies in the local market. The local market is a big market, as you mentioned also. The population number is more than 100 million. So we need also shoe manufacturers in the country. Anyone who is interested also to produce shoe in the country, it's a big market, not only the Ethiopian market, but also the African market is coming because of the free trade market. So the resource is here, the potential is here, and anyone who is interested to invest, it's welcome in this sector. So the leather bag, garment, and other is also, now booming in Ethiopia. We are exporting to different continents, including US, Canada, Europe, with different type of leathers, with sheep skin, also with cow and goat skin. So this is also another big market. Our strategy is, top-down approach to pull down up the finished leather and raw material to our tanneries and to the export market.
Sorry for interrupting, Mr. Daniel. Your time is up. So maybe you can conclude in conclusion.
Yes, I am almost in the conclusion point. As I told you, we have a lot of opportunities in the sector with raw material and variety of products. And just for information, we are going to host, 3 leather events in 2021, and in Africa, and so it's as a host in Ethiopia, the 5th World Leather Congress in Addis Ababa, and also Leather IULTS Congress in 2021. And also the African largest event for the world leather industry in December in this year. So we invite you all to participate in this trade fair and you can find all our tanneries, our producers, our all manufacturers in this trade fair. So you can find and meet us in these websites, in all these websites, and we can communicate each other to and anyone who has any request, you can find us in these websites. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Daniel from the Ethiopian Leather Industry Association. Now we're moving to the order number 7, a presentation from the Industrial Park Development Corporation will be presented by Mr. David Pelaku. For the Mr. David, please, you may take the floors.
Thank you very much for the chance, and I thank all the concerned stakeholders in organizing this forum for us to share the experience of Ethiopia. So, can you see can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much. So this is David, and I am from the Industrial Parks Development, Corporation. Just for the sake of time, I will be capitalizing on the major points. The Industrial Parks Development Corporation is a public enterprise that is mainly working on facilitating and paving or developing platforms for manufacturers to be able to easily run into operationalizing their shares, operationalizing their manufacturing processes by providing readily available infrastructure and utilities, like for the same to be able to like directly head into manufacturing processes. Like it was mentioned earlier by His Excellency Ambassador, like we have manufacturers from Indonesia engaged in our industrial parks. So we provide all the necessary facilities and manufacturing spaces for both local and international partners to come in and directly proceed into their manufacturing processes. So much has been said about the profile of Ethiopia, like Ethiopia, like as it was mentioned, Ethiopia has a favorable climatic conditions, a favorable situation, and has a population more than 110 people, and the median age being 19 years. So like it tells us Ethiopia has a huge labor force which can be hired at a competitive price. Yeah, so we have an easily trainable force which can engage directly in the production processes. So Ethiopia is one among the fastest growing economies in the world, and many aspects are like Ethiopia is growing in many aspects. So like it was mentioned, the country is undergoing a massive political, legal and policy reforms, and the government is striving to make the business doing environment very easy and like favorable for anyone to directly engage in. So like we have introduced many changes that are enabling for the private sector to engage in businesses. So as part of the reform practices, the Industrial Parks Development Corporation being at the core of the development of infrastructures and utilities, and also spaces relevant for the manufacture for manufacturing actors engaged in the manufacturing sector, is also availing a plug-and-play facilities which would enable manufacturers to directly plug and play, bring their machineries and directly head into operationalizing and directly get into manufacturing operations. So the country and is like working for regional stability and anymore. So and more things. So why like what are special things in industrial parks? So like you can see the pictures in the facilities, the warehouses, the developments we have with our industrial parks. So all the industrial parks we developed are furnished with the required infrastructures and facilities, utilities, and properties like that are relevant for the manufacturing sector. And we are well cognizant of building a sustainable and eco-friendly industrial parks and industrial clusters. So our industrial parks are also equipped with internationally acceptable standards of effluent treatment systems. So at the industrial park level, our industrial parks are located in strategic corridors of the country. It's in terms of logistics proximity to the main roads, and it's our industrial parks are strategically located in terms of labor availability, in terms of availability of raw material sources, and so forth. So like it was mentioned, our industrial parks are equipped with turnkey facilities. They have dedicated utilities, supplies, and things. Also, the government is extending targeted and strong support for the advancement of the advancement of targets attached to the industrial parks, like to enable the actors, the manufacturers or service providers that are interested to engage in the industrial parks. The government has also put in place tailored incentive which would significantly ease the operationalization of companies engaged in the industrial park. So as a country, we have developed 24 industrial parks, which are industrial parks in Ethiopia may take the form of special economic zones, export processing zones, agro-processing zones, logistics hubs, and so forth. So like our parks are specializing in different sectors of engagement. I will be covering this topic later. So we have 24 industrial parks total, and our corporation, the Industrial Parks Development Corporation, has developed 13 out of the 24, and we have more industrial parks coming up. And 7 industrial parks are developed by private investors, and we have 4 integrated agro-industrial parks, which is being supervised and being overseen by the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Yeah, so like this is like we have attracted many global.
Sorry, Mr. Your time is up. You can conclude your conclusion or direct to conclusion.
Yeah. Okay. So just to show, just to brief you, like the facilities, the services, and the infrastructures we have at the industrial park context, we have dedicated infrastructure and systems that are directly connected to the industrial park. The power supply, the wastewater treatment, the sustainability, the social service centers, like the healthcare, police station, and we have a centralized service delivery systems at park level, security, customs, and banking related systems. We have incentive package purposely meant for the industrial park enterprises. Our industrial parks are mainly export oriented. They are vertically integrated. Sustainability is at the core of the industrial parks development. So we have industrial parks specialized on pharmaceutical, agro-processing, textile and garment, ICT. So like we strongly advise investors to come and invest in Ethiopia in these platforms. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we're moving from the order number 8 is from the presentation from PT Asia Cakra Ceria Plastik. It will be delivered by Mrs. Annie from the representative from the PT Asia Cakra Ceria Plastik. Please strictly in 7 minutes. Is there any Mr. Ernie here?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Ernie, thank you very much. Time is yours.
Okay. Thank you for the moderator. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm Annie. Thank you for this Barinda. Also, good morning for Ethiopia Embassy, for everybody in Ethiopia. Okay. I will introduce our company briefly. Okay. We are Asia Cakra Ceria Plastik. We are in Solo. Yeah, we are in Solo. Solo is the city where Mr. President was born. Our president was born. Okay. We are, that's our vision and mission. Okay, next. That's our structure organizational. Then next company, there's, okay, wait a moment. Okay, we are export, I'm sorry, we are export yes, okay, right, focus and local market. Okay, we are focus and
Mr.
local
Ernie,
market.
in case
Yes.
that you can speak in English, we have interpreter in here, so maybe it will be very easy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, next. From the year 2008 until now, we are export to UK. Okay, we are export to UK, and then now we are until now we are export to UK 31 and 20 feet containers every month. Okay, that's our export destination. Japan, Slovakia, Finland, England, Australia, Netherlands, Somalia, but only last year we exported to Somalia. Our product is yes, plastic product. That's our product. Face carrier, loop handle bag, clear poly bag, and also like the one I'm wearing now. Yes. Now I'm wearing the apron from plastic. Yes. We are exported apron also. Gone apron for medical, also for we are exported to Sydney, Australia. Okay, next. Yeah, that's our face carrier, stripe bag, patch handle, loop handle. Yeah, that's all our product. Disposable raincoat, we are producing also. Yeah, for this one, starting before COVID, we are producing bag from cassava starch. Yeah, we have it. That's our contact. Yes, that's our contact, and then. Would you please to contact us if you want buy the plastic product from us? Thank you very much. That's all I think.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Annie from PT Asia Cakra Ceria Plastik. Now we're going to the order number 9, the presentation from the Ethiopian Investment Commission. It will be represented by Mr. Ebenezer Delegans. So for the Mr. Ebenezer Delegans, 7 minutes from now. Unmute yourself.
Thank you for giving me this chance. My name is Ebenezer Delegans, and I'm from the promotion department from the Ethiopian Investment Commission. So most of my colleagues have already raised many of the topics I planned to present today. So I'll just highlight a few points regarding the investment and how investors are proceeding in Ethiopia. So to start with our organization, it is Ethiopian Investment Commission. It is a government organization which assists and facilitates foreign investments coming to invest in Ethiopia. So the first starting point for any foreign investors when they plan to come to Ethiopia is Ethiopian Investment Commission. The reason why I'm saying that is because from the investment license up to the business license, anything related with their investment, we do have one-stop service, and we give many kind of services for foreign investors. So to suggest something about investment in Ethiopia, I would like to raise some points. The first one is I want to highlight on the points that our government commitment and dedication towards investment. So the investment regulations and proclamations has been recently revised in 2020, so that's to improve the investment climate for foreign investors. And regarding to the investment in Ethiopia, previously we do have a negative list. I mean a positive list. Most of the sectors were closed for foreign investors, and it was uneasy for foreign investors to engage in many kind of activities. But recently, the policies has been changed, and almost every sector is now open for foreign investors. So we do have priority areas identified by the government because of comparative advantage that Ethiopia offers in terms of cost of production, in terms of raw material availability, and other significant factors. So textile and garment is one of our priority sectors. Leather and leather products is also our priority sector. Pharmaceuticals, agro-processing, horticulture, mining and energy, tourism and ICT are identified as priority sectors. So we say these are priority sectors because of many reasons. The first one, Ethiopia offers a relatively better competitive advantage to the rest of African countries in terms of investment factors like I mentioned earlier. In addition to that, government of Ethiopia has very attractive incentives for foreign investors. So the first one is the corporate income tax exemption. So when foreign investors, when they set up their factory in Ethiopia, they're exempted from income tax depending on the sector they engage. So starting from 1 year up to 10 years, you can get exempted from income tax if you set up your plant in Ethiopia. And also we do have import duty privilege. So all the capital goods, including machinery and equipment, will be duty free when you set up your plant. And also if you build your factory, all the construction and finishing materials will also be duty free. So this is second incentive for the investors. And we do have export incentives. So as you know, Ethiopia has a bilateral agreements to Middle East, Asian countries, to US and European countries. So when you export your products from Ethiopia, the tax is zero. And also our government will give you raw material incentive. So for any exported amount, all the raw materials you are importing will be duty free in Ethiopia. Also, based on your export performance, will give you additional income tax exemption. So for instance, if you export more than 60% of your production amount, will give you additional 3 years of income tax exemption. In addition to those incentives, there are some incentives also like vehicle. So any kind of factory, you need pickup, delivery van, trucks, and such kind of trucks will also be duty free depending on projects. So the government is giving you such kind of incentive so that you can set up your company here and create a local employment opportunity, and also gain foreign currency by exporting to abroad. So when you come to Ethiopian Investment Commission, you can get your investment license, and we'll give you one-stop service. So starting from your visa to your license to the work permit for your employees, everything will be facilitated in one shop. And if you haven't completed your feasibility study, if you want to know details about sectors, products in Ethiopia, also we can assist you by contacting many stakeholders and including assisting you in any study you'd like. So I'll drop my email address, my contact number, and our website, so you can navigate everything related to investment in Ethiopia and assist you in every way possible. So thank you for listening, and I have learned many things from this platform today, and I hope it will have fruitful seasons and time in the coming days. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for Mr. From Mr. Ebenezer for deliver that presentation. Now we're moving from the order number 10 from the PT Industri Jamu Borobudur. Yeah, would be have represented by the representative from the PT Borobudur. Maybe they have representative from PT Borobudur here.
Yes, Pak.
Yeah. Firstly, you must turn on your camera and then you deliver the point 7 minutes from now. Okay.
I'm still unable to share my screen, sir.
Share is already seen by us.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sylvie. I'm from Borobudur Herbal Company. I would like to thank everyone here for giving us time and opportunity to introduce Borobudur natural herbal industry. Next slide, please. So our company started in 1979 in Semarang, Central Java, as a company who produces natural medicine. In Indonesia, we call it jamu, or traditional herbal medicine. So our company is in the field of herbal manufacturing, focusing in Indonesian plants and herbal extracts. Our company has obtained RGMP certification. We also have ISO 9001, and we also halal certified. We have a new manufacturing unit since 2015. We are manufacturing herbal extracts to support our own herbal extract supply, and we also sell it as a raw material to other herbal company in Indonesia. Next, please. So here's the production facility for the finished product, herbal finished product. We are manufacturing capsules, herbal capsules, herbal pills. We also do herbal powder drink, the traditional version of powder drink. We also do herbal-based cream and gel for breast, muscle pain, and skincare. Next one, please. We are supported with in-house R&D team for product development, and for quality standard, we have quality assurance and quality control team, including our own microbiology lab facility. Next, please. So far, we have export our finished product to the following country, like Nigeria. We export to Philippines, Singapore. We also export some little amount to United States and Germany. We also do contract manufacturing, private label for companies in overseas. Here are our Borobudur extract product, herbal extract. This powder are used as an active ingredient for producing natural supplement, and also in functional food and beverage, and also natural skincare. So we sell this to a company who manufacture herbal extract, basically. We supply them in granule or powder form, and basically dry form of herbal extract. These are our product also that we do in herbal finished product form. It's in pill, herbal pill form, caplet, and capsules. We also do cream for muscle and joint pain. And again, this is the product, the powder drink. Next one, please. I will talk more about the product, the finished product that we usually export. Here are our best-selling products for immune. We have Habatu Sauda is a black cumin seed. We have mangosteen seed extract in capsules, also for immune and antioxidant. We have Indonesian native herbal curcumin and turmeric in capsules. They're good for digestion, for helping patient for stomach disorder also, and for liver health. Next one, please. There are other products that we have here in Indonesia. It's widely used here in Indonesia. It's for daily use, maintenance of skin health and acne problems. It's a formulation of several herbals. We also do soothing gel for afterburn skin treatment. We have also product for helping patients with cancer from native Indonesian herbal as well. Next one. Products for women's health are widely used here also. For example, we have breast cream for women. We have Tongkat Ali capsule for men's stamina. We do ginger capsule for helping with digestion. We also have natural laxative to help with constipation. Next one. Here we show the Sendi cream. It's our muscle cream product. We are exporting them as a private label to other countries as well, so different names. We also sell herbal capsule types for several herbal capsule types for diabetes and high blood pressure. Next, please. We have slimming pills and capsule. They are always high in demand. Herbal formula for cholesterol and kidney stone. We also have the herbal for kidney stone are good in diuretic effect. So they help with the kidney stone, people with kidney stone problem. So those are examples of our widely known product here in Indonesia. Our company do private label to our buyers. We also, so they can market their product in their own brand. We also export this as a private label as well. Besides the herbal extract, we can also supply and export powdered dry herbs. So for any inquiry about Indonesian herbal, please feel free to contact us. Next slide, please. Yeah, I think that would be all from Borobudur Herbal. You may find here our company contact and website for more information about us. And thank you for the opportunity today. Have a
Okay,
great
thank you very much for Ms. Luvi as representative for PT Industri Jamu Borobudur. Now, last but not least, from the Ethiopian Textile Industry Development Institute, will be presented by Mr. Yaret Mesvin or Mr. Haile Sime. So please take your time, 7 minutes from now. Is there any Mr. Yaret Mesvin here or Mr. Haile Sime? Hello?
Alex Isamal? Alex?
Mr. Yaret Mesvin for Mr. Haile Sime, or maybe anybody that represented by from Ethiopian Textile Industry Development Institute. Is there any? Hello?
Hello. Just few minutes here, few seconds. Hello, Wande. Can you hear us? Wandosan.
Alex Isamal? Isamal? Alex ኢንተርኔት አስቸግሮት መሰለኝ እንትን አላለም መሰለኝ አልቻለም ፓወር የለም መሰለኝ እነሱ ጋር
Okay. Okay, I think he is not able to attend because of the internet connection problem, I think.
So now we're moving to another agenda, please.
Yes, sir.
For your permission. Okay, thank you very much. Now we're moving from the question and answers agenda. Yeah, I think the Q&A will be they have a question, but from the two companies from both countries. So is there any point confirmation or maybe is there any question? Maybe you can deliver directly to whom. So I would like to giving the first term. I open to 3 questions. Is there any? Please raise your hand and then unmute yourself and directly deliver your question. In case that you can speak in English, you can speak in Bahasa. So our moderator will be steady to translate it. Yes, please. Is there any question from both sides, from Indonesia, Central Java, or from the prospective buyer from Ethiopia? Or maybe you just asking about the business contact center, or maybe you need some the point to be confirmed, and during the delivery for the presentation, you can make any point of information or maybe point of the question. Is there any? Now the first term I open from the 3 questions from the both of the country to deliver the questions. No need worries, we have interpreter in here. So in case that from the Indonesia, you cannot speak in English, we can translate in English. Is there any? Okay, I think this is very, very beautiful and also very perfect occasion, yeah, to open our opportunity to deliver the business also between 2 countries. So please, you can make this occasion to be to be the moment or momentum, yeah, to deliver your question or maybe point of the confirmation.
Can I ask the question?
Yes, Miss. Introduce yourself first, and then you want to have asking deliver from who? So that's why that we can conclude your question.
Yes, my name is Meta from CV Kirana Cipta Lestari. My product is actually we supply wooden amenities to hotel and restaurant. My question is to the Ethiopian commerce, where will I get the list of the importer for home decor items, and is there a VAT tax in importing handicraft goods in Ethiopia? That's all my question is. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Meta, Meta from the CV Kirana Cipta Lestari. I think the question will be delivered from Ms. Haimanot, because it's regarding about the list of the company or maybe the prospective the company that maybe cannot linking with the Mr. Meta itself, because Mr. Meta her company is from the wooden amenities. So I giving the time for Mr. Haimanot to answer the questions.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you very much for the question, Ms. Mehta. This is a very, practical question to do business. So regarding the first issue that you have raised about list of importers at the ministry, we do have different departments: licensing department, import department, export department, and we have also the information department. So I will give that information to our embassy, to my colleagues Rahel from the embassy, so that they can send you, this link, the website, as well as the profile, the list of importers specifically. But as I mentioned during my presentation, there is also a dedicated institution working on construction and, wood products. So in that case, I will communicate with them to be more practical and perfect information and get back to you, by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow to our embassy, so that you can access the information in that case.
But
regarding
sorry. But how do I get the information? Is it because I already fill in the link and then you will help to send the list to that link, or how to access that information? Because after this Zoom, we don't have any WhatsApp group to follow up.
Oh, okay. What I can do, what I'm thinking is to deliver this information to our, to our focal, which is our embassy in Indonesia. I hope that they can communicate with your, your representative in the Central Java, so that they can send to you. I hope the organizers will have your address as well. And I can put my email as well on the chat box now, so that you can communicate with me directly as well. But our focal embassy is there. So for sure, they can comment it later, but I will send it to them.
So Mr. Mehta, actually that she will be assisted by the email, so desk to desk. So it will be also delivered to our representative from the Central Java also. So if you have any inquiry, you can asking from the Disperindak also. So the question is will be have direct going to the embassy, and then the embassy will be have direct to the Mr. Haimanot. I think it's clear. Something like that. Is there any question, Mr. Mehta? So actually, Miss Haimanot is already typed the email on the column chat below, so you can look by yourself. This is the email personal by the Mr. Haimanot. So any inquiry or question will be have directly. Go to this is the email from the Miss Haimanot itself.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
And another questions of me is like, is there any VAT going in exporting the wooden items to your country?
So you want the question from whom, Mr. Mehta?
To Haimanot.
Okay. Now, okay, Mr. High Excellency, will you to answer first, Mr. Professor Atmazu?
What is the question? I didn't get it.
It's regarding about VAT. Is there any VAT on the wooden product?
Or tax, like import tax, like exporting the wooden items tax to Ethiopia?
Yeah.
Haimanot will respond.
Yeah, I will go back to the Mr. Haimanot again to answer the question. Please, Miss Haimanot. I think this is your expertise, so that's why that you're in here.
Yes, I think regarding the duty, the import duty for handicraft, yes, we do have the duty, the tax when you import in Ethiopia. But the amount, we have the duty from 0 to 35%. So I will check for specific products for the handicrafts, the percentage, not VAT, but it is a duty tax, right? So in that case as well, I will get back to the exact figure for the handicraft, since you have raised the specific, product. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, just for your information, Mr. Mehta, due the Ethiopian doesn't have any free trade agreement with Indonesia, maybe almost is going to also. So that's why the tax is in status quo, which is that it they all have the product, it will be have giving the chart between in status quo text, it between 0% until maybe 20% or maybe 50%. Just depend on the product and the commodity itself. I think it's very clear, Mr. Mehta, the question. Okay, thank you very much for your question. I appreciate that. So we still have maybe 3 minutes until now. Is there any question? Maybe please raise your hand. So I would like to giving the another representative for Ethiopian to answer the question, or maybe is there any question from the prospective company from the Ethiopian direct to the exporters in Indonesia? Okay, is there any question?
Halo.
Yeah.
Halo Mas. Apa
Yes.
kabar Mas? Baik.
Mr. Fahmi, yeah, from Fahaltex,
Fahmi.
is from Tegal, right? Okay, we meet in here in virtual. Okay, Mr. Fahmi, you have a question?
Yes, I'm speak Indonesia. No
Yes,
problem.
okay. We also have interpreter in here, so no need to worry for that.
Oke.
Deliver in
Saya-
bahasa, then we will have translate in English.
Oke, saya Fahmi, saya produksi di kerajinan tenun ya, kain sarung. Khususnya market saya ada beberapa dari Afrika, khususnya di Somalia, Kenya. Saya berharap banyak produk saya juga bisa masuk di Ethiopia. Kerajinan tangan ini, sarung handmade.
My name is Fahmi. I produce woven products such as sarong. I've been exporting to a few countries in Africa, such as Somalia and Kenya. I wish I can export my products to more countries in Africa.
Bagaimana pasar di sana untuk sarung?
So he is asking how's the market there for products such as sarong. You can see the product in the camera.
Okay, I think that's the question from Mr. Fahmi. So I will respond maybe from this time
For the High Excellencies, Professor Atmazu. So maybe I would like to generate the question. Mr.
Okay,
Fahmi,
I can respond to this question.
Okay, thank you. Yes,
Yeah. Well, as we have been mentioning, partnership is very important here. We said that there is a very huge market in Ethiopia and in Africa. And also we are talking about African Continental Free Trade Agreement that we have already recently signed. That means the 54 African countries will trade among themselves. It is an integrated market. So to have access to that market, really the most important thing is to create partnership between Indonesian investors and Ethiopian investors. So unless and otherwise there is a partnership, unless and otherwise the products are produced in Ethiopia, or simply start the products here and finish it there, it's very difficult to access that market. It's very difficult. That is what I'm saying always. So let's create partnership and let's do it together. For example, if you have the knowledge and the capital, we have the resources, then let's do it in partnership. Let's manufacture it in partnership so that you can have access, easily access to the African market, not only to the African market, to the Middle East market, because Ethiopia is located in a very strategic position. So always thinking of exporting might not be very attractive for Africa and for the other part of the world. So let's join hands, let's manufacture together so that we can have access to the market, ample market. For example, we say that there is a quota-free access. Ethiopia has a quota-free access to Europe and America. some companies from Indonesia, they are now using that quota free access, like Sumberi, for example. They are in Awasa Industrial Park. They export, Indonesia export some raw materials. They finish it there in Awasa, and then they export it to Europe and other places. So this is a very important strategy that we should follow. We should encourage our companies to join hands to manufacture together so that they can have access to the market. For example, the herbal medicine. It's very important. You know, Ethiopia is also one of the biodiversity hotspots. We do have so many medicinal plants. Indonesia has the same. But still, there is a knowledge. Indonesia has a knowledge. So with that knowledge, definitely you can export your knowledge, your technology, equipment to Ethiopia to produce those herbal medicine. And then through that one, you can also use the window to export to Ethiopia and other African countries. So that is what we are telling, and that is what really we wish to inform to Indonesian investors. Let's do it together. Let's join hands. You do have the knowledge, the capital, we do have the natural resources. And then if we join hands, definitely you can increase your export. For example, in the soap industry, detergents, you have pineapple, this palm oil byproducts. Huh? So you can export those byproducts to Ethiopia. And then in Ethiopia, we can make a soap. And also, if there is a possibility, there will be also refineries there. Definitely, both of us can benefit out of that one. So I think let's think like that. Let's join hands. Let's together manufacture. And then you will have access, easy access to African market, to Ethiopian market, to East African market. So this is what always we advise for investors, both in Ethiopia and Indonesia, rather than independently thinking, let's join hands and definitely let's benefit our people.
Thank you very much, High Excellencies. Such very lovely words. So do have a limited time. Now we have only one term question again. Is there any question? Or now we're going to moving from the closing remark?
Hello.
Okay. Yes.
Sir, just one question.
Yes, Mr. Annie. Please turn on your camera, please.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Miss Fahrizky, bantuin ya. To make more clear. Saya hanya mau tahu apakah masih mungkin plastik masuk ke Ethiopia? Apakah mereka membandit plastik atau plastik ini masih bisa masuk ke mereka? Terima kasih.
One question from Ms. Annie. Is it possible to export plastics to Ethiopia? Is there any ban for plastics or plastic-based products?
So, Mr. Hamano, Ms. Hamano, maybe you want to answer the question? It's regarding about the possibility to export plastic product from Indonesia.
Is there a ban for plastic use there?
I would like to borrow His Excellency words first, because it's good to focus, to bring sustainable relationship between the companies. So in this case, to benefit from out of the opportunities we have and the big market as well, the plastic industry is also growing here in Ethiopia. So it's good to think not only to export to Ethiopia. So far there's no any ban from plastic importing to Ethiopia, but it's good even to think more, to invest or to set up partnership with the plastic industries in Ethiopia. as His Excellency Professor mentioned, so that you can make sustainable relationship in this industry as well. I thank you for your question.
Yes,
Okay,
thank you very
thank
much.
you. I think is that very clear, Mr. Annie? Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, thank
now
you.
we're going to the end of the session. So before we close that the session, we have a closing remark that delivered by the High Excellencies, the Ambassador of Ethiopia from Indonesia, High Excellency Professor Atmazu. You may take the floor, Professor.
Okay, thank you very much. Really, it's a very great success, and I appreciate the participation, and also the turnout is very high. And also what we say always is there is information gap between Ethiopian investors and Indonesian investors, although there are a lot of potentials. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to connect the investors, the traders, the people, so that they can exchange information, and also they can build a trust among the two people. Unless and otherwise we build a trust, we can hardly trade or invest or talk about tourism and people's relationship. I hope now from this virtual meeting, now just for example, Haimanot has already just shared her email and address. Definitely you can directly contact her. You know how she is really a key person there, and she has so many knowledge. So this is what we are lacking. And also from the Ethiopian side, definitely if there are issues, we can directly contact. Anyway, when we presented, you have seen, for example, we are exporting a lot of beans, pulses to India and other Arab countries. And Indonesia is importing also from India and other places. But they are importing Ethiopian pulses. So we are not directly, you are not directly importing from Ethiopia, Ethiopian products. You are importing from the third party. And also palm oil, for example. We are importing a lot of palm oil, a lot of paper from Indonesia, but we are not directly importing. Maybe we are importing via Dubai or other places. At the end of the day, the quality is deteriorated. So this is the reason why we say let's directly just make partnership, definitely in order to increase our trade and investment opportunities. So this is, as I said, already this year, including this virtual seminar, almost we have now reached about 600 stakeholders from Indonesia and Ethiopia. I'm sure that we have added a very large value in that aspect. So again, we'll form a WhatsApp group. We will communicate further, and definitely if there are any new information, we will provide you. There is an embassy here in Jakarta. There is Rahel, who is working directly with trade, and Mr. Alamayo is responsible for investment. We are at your disposal. You can anytime contact us, and definitely we will inform you all the necessary information. The best thing is what I say for Indonesian investors. Definitely now when we see the Chinese, the Indians, the Turkeys from Europe, since there is a very huge potential in Ethiopia and Africa. The economy of Ethiopia is rising, the economy of Africa is rising. So all investors are focusing on Africa and Ethiopia in order to really explore the different investment opportunities and the markets there. So when we say that, it doesn't mean that you simply go and invest there. At the same time, you will increase your export from here. You will increase, it's tax-free for the raw materials. You can export the raw materials and then you manufacture there. So this is an advantage. So in that way, we can really benefit. There will be a win-win situation. Again, thank you very much from the Ethiopian side. Also, really, there was a very wonderful information. All the presenters from Ministry of Trade and Industry, from oilseed pulses, from lasers, and also from the textile area, from industrial park development, from investment commission. Really, the presentations were very excellent from Indonesian side, and also it's very clear. Also, there are so many pertinent issues that were presented. Definitely, our Ethiopian counterparts, they have now a lot of information, and it will be very easy to access, and you have produced what you have for export. Definitely, they have taken a note, and if there is a need, definitely there will be a need. For example, always I tell that pharmaceuticals, for example, we are importing 80% of our pharmaceuticals, 80% of. Only we can produce 20% of our needed pharmaceuticals. So until we build our own capacity in one way or another, we will import pharmaceuticals. For example, in the area of herbal medicine, definitely we will import. So information is very important. And first, let's get enough information. Then I think it's up to the investors. If we give them the ground, the fertile ground, they are the one who will make a deal. That is what we should do as embassy, as Kadin, and as Ministry of Trade and Industry. Let's give the opportunity for investors, for the actors to play. So this is what we are doing. So definitely, thank you, Mr. La'alam is also, Tlahun, the director is here from Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Definitely you have spent a lot of time. Also, thank you for the organizers, especially Central Java. Sometimes beyond the curtain, there are so many actors that made this business forum very successful. Most of the time we see only the officials, but there are people beyond the curtain that made this business very successful. The DG, the interpreter, the master of the ceremony, and for all of you on behalf of myself and the Ethiopian government, just I appreciate and I thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, High Excellencies. Now we're going to listen the closing remark also from the head of international trade of Disperinda. Will be have a speech or delivered by Mr. Haryanta. For Mr. Haryanta, you may take the floors. So maybe for interpreter, you might be steady.
Terima kasih waktu yang diberikan kepada kami dan saya mohonkan maaf tadi Pak Kepala Bagian atau Sekretaris Dinas tidak bisa hadir sampai akhir kegiatan ini karena beliau ada tugas lain, sehingga beliau mewakilkan kepada kami dalam mengikuti kegiatan ini sampai akhir.
Thank you for the time and opportunity. I would like to apologize firstly because the secretary couldn't appear on time.
Yang kami hormati Bapak Duta Besar Ethiopia, Bapak Profesor Atmasu Sige, yang telah menginisiasi kegiatan ini sehingga kita tangkap kegiatan ini menjadi kegiatan bersama di dalam rangka peningkatan perdagangan antara Jawa Tengah Indonesia dengan Ethiopia.
I thank His Excellency for initiating this event in order to promote trade and investment between Central Java, Indonesia, and Ethiopia.
Juga terima kasih kepada Ibu Haimanot Dibenu sebagai Direktur Pembinaan dan Promosi Ekspor Kementerian Perdagangan Perindustrian Ethiopia yang telah memberikan beberapa keterangan terkait dengan produk kemungkinan yang tadi ditanyakan untuk bisa masuk ke Ethiopia.
I also would like to thank Ms. Haimanot from the Ministry of Trade and Industry of Ethiopia for presenting the materials today.
Semoga dengan pertemuan ini kita antara Ethiopia dan Jawa Tengah bisa saling kerjasama untuk meningkatkan perdagangan business to business atau B2B, sehingga semakin banyak produk Jawa Tengah yang bisa kita ekspor ke Ethiopia, demikian juga sebaliknya dari Ethiopia bisa diekspor ke Indonesia.
From this meeting, hopefully there will be more cooperation between two countries and business-to-business programs so that more goods from Central Java can be exported to Ethiopia and vice versa.
Dengan semakin banyaknya produk yang kita ekspor, tentunya di masing-masing negara akan memberi atau mendapatkan keuntungan, yaitu perolehan devisa, di mana dengan perolehan devisa yang banyak akan bisa untuk meningkatkan kesejahteraan masyarakat di masing-masing negara.
With this, with higher exports, hopefully each country will take advantage from the relationship. More exports means more revenue and then more prosperity for the people.
Kami berharap bahwa ada kerjasama perdagangan atau tindak lanjut dari kegiatan ini yang berarti adanya ekspor yang berkelanjutan baik dari pihak Indonesia, Jawa Tengah maupun dari pihak Ethiopia.
We hope that there will be more cooperations in the future and follow-up actions from this meeting, and hopefully there will be continuous exports from this region and vice versa.
Akhirnya saya mengucapkan terima kasih sekali lagi kepada Profesor Atmasu Sige, Duta Besar Ethiopia untuk Indonesia. Mudah-mudahan kerjasama berikutnya akan semakin lancar antara Jawa Tengah dan juga Ethiopia. Terima kasih bila ada kata-kata yang kurang berkenan.
I would like to thank again His Excellency and the Ethiopian Ambassador for initiating this meeting. Hopefully our relationships will always grow and blossom in the future.
Kami mohon maaf jika seandainya di dalam penyelenggaraan ataupun kita menghandle kegiatan ini ada kekurangan yang tadi sempat ada kemacetan sedikit. Saya kira itu suatu hal yang memang lumrah karena teknologi, sehingga mohon bisa dimaafkan dan terima kasih.
We'd like to apologize if there is any inconvenience during this event. We hope for your understanding. All right. Thank you.
Is it possible to take a picture? They make the camera.
Before that, we would like to photo session. Please turn on your camera. Yeah.
Okay.
To all have the participants, please turn on the camera. We are going to moving to photo sessions. Yes. Okay. Now many more. Turn on the camera. Okay. Yes. Okay. Many more. Many face. I want to go many faces again. Okay. On my side, look at the camera. Bring your beautiful smile. Yeah. On my side. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Once more. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Next slide, please. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Okay, next slide. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to the end of our session. It has been a great and wonderful afternoon with all of you. On behalf of Disperindak, I say thank you to the High Excellencies, Professor Atmasu, and also the Embassy of Ethiopia for Indonesia in Jakarta, such for the supporting these activities. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope this is the beginning, the conversation, not the end. And thanks to all of you for being here, and thank you for the great participations. This meeting will be ended by the host. You may leave the meeting. Good evening, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Ms. Haiman.
Thank you very
much.
Thank you, Mr. Alex.
Terima kasih semuanya.
Thank you very much. See you again. Bye-bye.
Grazie, Ambassador.
Thank you.
Yang di hadapan kurang baik mau, memang di upload sendiri. Iya. Tapi 2. Kurang berapa, Win?